Stephen Curry lit up the first quarter with a barrage of threes, but the Rockets weren't backing down. Jaylen Green erupted for a playoff career high, and Jimmy Butler's early injury left the Warriors reeling. Game 2 was a rollercoaster filled with drama, momentum swings, and an electric road win that might shift the entire series. Before we break down every play, be sure to subscribe to Basketball Insider USA. Your support keeps us going, it powers every highlight, every recap, every game breakdown. Golden State came out locked in. Stephen Curry wasted no time asserting himself, draining a deep triple from the top of the arc within seconds of the tip. Kevon Looney set solid screens early, giving Curry the daylight he needed. On the next possession, Curry faked the handoff and pulled up from beyond the arc again, back-to-back threes in a roar from the Chase Center crowd. Houston responded quickly. Jaylen Green attacked with confidence, slipping through tight space for a smooth floater over Looney. Spencer Dinwiddie directed the Rockets' offense with patience, hitting Green on a curl for another clean jumper. Dillon Brooks got physical inside, battling Jimmy Butler in the post and sinking a tough fadeaway with his shoulder into Butler's chest. Klay Thompson gave the Warriors a boost, splashing a catch-and-shoot three from the right wing off a dish from Curry. But the real lift came from Moses Moody off the bench. He slid into open pockets, nailed 2 straight corner threes, and even cut behind Cam Whitmore for a crafty lay-in. Moody's off-ball movement and quick decision-making were crucial. But the game took a dramatic turn midway through the first. Jimmy Butler drove hard to the rim, elevated through contact, but collided midair with Thompson. He fell awkwardly, grimacing in pain and clutching his lower back. Time stopped for a moment inside Chase Center. Trainers rushed in. Butler got up slowly, clearly in pain, and limped straight to the locker room. Golden State's momentum faltered. Houston smelled the shift. Alperen Sengun stepped up, working the post with crafty footwork and soft touch, dropping in a hook over Looney. Cam Whitmore flew in from the weak side for a putback slam, and suddenly the Rockets were within striking distance. Still, Curry closed the quarter strong, hitting a high-arcing three over Fred VanVleet's outstretched hand to beat the buzzer. After one, the Warriors held a narrow lead, but all eyes were on Butler's status. With Butler ruled out for the rest of the game due to a lower back injury, the Warriors turned to their second unit. Buddy Hield took on a bigger role, creating space with slick footwork and knocking down a contested mid-range jumper. He followed that with a step-back three from the top of the key, giving the Warriors a brief lift. But the Rockets didn't blink. Jaylen Green went into attack mode, exploding past defenders off the dribble. He faked out Looney with a hesitation dribble and finished through contact with a scoop layup. Then he buried a deep three in transition, screaming toward the bench as the Rockets surged ahead. Fred VanVleet orchestrated the half-court sets with composure, weaving through defenders and dropping dimes to Jabari Smith Jr. and Sengun. Smith hit a clean jumper from the short corner, and Sengun connected on a high-low pass to Whitmore for an easy bucket. Golden State's defense struggled to communicate. Cam Whitmore slipped behind Hield for a backdoor jam, and Dillon Brooks kept punishing switches with physical takes to the rim. The Rockets moved the ball with purpose, often making 5 or 6 passes before finding the open man. Curry checked back in and tried to regain control. He hit a quick release three off a sideline inbounds and finished a coast-to-coast layup after intercepting a lazy pass by Dinwiddie. But Curry couldn't do it alone. Klay Thompson missed consecutive threes, and turnovers began piling up. The Rockets capitalized. Dinwiddie banked in a wild three to close the half and flexed toward the Golden State bench as the Rockets entered the break with a growing lead and all the momentum. Coming out of halftime, the Warriors tried to rally. Curry attacked early, using a high pick from Looney to drive into the paint and draw contact, sinking both free throws. He then found Klay on the wing for a catch-and-shoot three, cutting the lead to single digits. But Jaylen Green had other plans. He took over the game in the third. Every possession, he hunted mismatches, blowing past Thompson on the perimeter, dancing around Moody in isolation, and even pulling up over Curry for a deep three that silenced the crowd. At one point, he scored 11 straight points for Houston. The Warriors had no answer. Alperen Sengun controlled the paint, using crafty pump fakes to get Looney in the air, then finishing with soft hooks or drawing fouls. VanVleet kept the pace steady, breaking down defenders and feeding cutters like Whitmore and Smith. Golden State's offense grew stagnant. Klay forced tough looks, Moody cooled off, and Hield missed 2 wide-open threes. The Rockets extended their lead to double digits behind an unstoppable Green, who drilled another sidestep three from the wing to give him 35 points heading into the fourth. The Rockets outscored the Warriors 36-24 in the quarter. The air was all but gone from the building. Desperation set in for Golden State. Curry tried to will his team back, knocking down a fading three, then driving left and finishing a reverse layup off the glass. He hit another pull-up from deep that brought the Warriors within 10, igniting a flicker of hope. But Green never let them get closer. Jaylen Green started the quarter with a deep three, then drew a foul on a fast break and knocked down all 3 free throws. The Rockets slowed things down, bleeding the clock and forcing Golden State into difficult contested shots. Dinwiddie controlled tempo, attacking mismatches and feeding Sengun for a monster and one slam. Jabari Smith Jr. hit a corner three off a scramble, and Brooks added a dagger mid-range jumper after shaking off Curry on a switch. Curry poured in 40 points, but it wasn't enough. The loss of Butler hung over every Warriors possession. The bench struggled, the energy wasn't there. Green, on the other hand, was locked in. He finished with a career-high 44 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, capping off one of the best playoff performances in Rockets franchise history. The Rockets steal Game 2 on the road and tie the series 1-1. Jaylen Green's breakout night might be the turning point of this series, especially if Butler's injury proves serious. Can the Warriors bounce back in Houston? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if you haven't already, subscribe to Basketball Insider USA. Your support helps us keep the highlights coming, game after game.